Good afternoon, my name is Rayappa. Today I'm going to talk about evolution, Darwinian evolution. Some 600 million years back, something miraculous happened. Life, life appeared on Earth. Maybe they are invisible bacteria, but still life was cooking in the ocean. Many people think the life came out from the ocean, and then after millions of years, life took foothold on the land. So we are talking about some 60 crore year back when the bacteria came, the simple organisms. Some of them called protozoans, simple life. Then they become mesozoans, little more complex. So the one-cell organisms and multi-cell organisms, you see, it took a lot of millions of years. And first, all the life forms were invertebrates. What is an invertebrate? They don't have skeleton. They didn't have backbones to support the tissue. So the first life forms were invertebrates. And then came vertebrates, maybe around 350 million years ago, fish, and came reptiles, and then came humans and mammals. So what I'm talking about is, we are talking about 60 crore year back, 600 million years ago, a time called not Permian, it is called Ordovician, belonging to the Paleozoic era. Paleozoic means old life, and that is the beginning of visible life on Earth. Ordovician time in the geological time scale. So they were invertebrates were divided into almost five categories. The first one was known as parazoans. Uh, Parazoans are organisms that lacked tissue. Forget about bones. Bones never evolved at that time. Only tissue. No tissue at all. And they were like looking like plants or even like rocks, but no soft tissue. And some of them, today we know them as sponges. That is one example of parazoans. And I think they would have colonized this planet uh, for at least 100 million years before they could evolve into multicell. These were all single cell organisms lacking a nucleus in the center. And probably they were multiplying by the process called fission, not by multiplication of passing the DNA through sex or some other means. They were just fission, a cell dividing into two. That's how they were propagating their own um, reproduction. And the second category called eumetazoans. These organisms, they had tissue. First time they developed flesh. They may be translucent. Translucent means you can see through. They could have been also hard type of tissue, but it took again millions of years to develop from soft to hard. So, but anyway, this is the time when, if we were existing at the time, we could have seen life forms so visible. So, because they developed tissue. And the third one is radiolarians. That is the third category. They had a body from, I would say, spoke-like center. In the center, there is like a small bolt. From the bolt, all the spoke-like translucent maybe anemones, tentacles. So we wouldn't call them bones, they are tentacles, soft tissue like. So that is what happened in radiolarians. So they were colonizing in the ocean. All these life forms mostly confined to the oceans. They never took foothold on land because land was too much radioactive, a lot of sun's energy, probably X-rays, gamma rays, UV rays, no ozone layer. There was no oxygen because there were no plants to produce oxygen anyway. So land animals, they were not existing in that time period. So I think all these animals we are talking about, they are confined to the ocean or even in lakes probably, who knows. And the third category known as accolomate. They are worms, like flatworms. In our stomach we have a flatworm, evolved some 550 million or 60 million years ago. Still it is existing, that how smart a flat worm is. So also on earth we find a lot of worms, flat. So these were, but they lacked skeleton, they lacked backbone, they lacked even hard shells. Everything was soft. How fragile the life was. So all these creatures today, they suffer. That shows the fragility of our natural heritage. Today life suffers because human arrogance, human activity impinges on all the life forms and driving them to the brink of extinction. It's a big sin humanity is committing, there is no doubt about it. So at last, the last category of invertebrates is known as arthropods. This is the most famous classification category in which all the life forms which we have witnessed, and even today they are existing. How smart they are. Human species 4 million years already we are facing extinction, but these creatures 600 million years. How smart. I mean, they are existing means we could learn from them. They can teach. If we have humility, we will observe them and we will listen to Earth. Earth speaks to us and we need to listen, but we never develop that kind of attitude towards the Earth. We have developed to plunder and to dominate, and you know everything and you don't have to learn anything from the Earth. So that is the human hubris. Our psyche is inflated and we can't accept no for an answer. Yeah. And yet we say that we are the species to know about God. How arrogant is that? I don't think this Homo sapiens is a species who is going to understand God. I mean, we are not a team human either. Actually, our process of becoming human has reversed to devolution, not evolution. We are not progressing to become human. Human is not defined by birth or destiny or by default. Rather, you should prove by growing up. Probably at the end, after another 60 million years, we may become humans. Right now we are in very primitive stage of becoming human. We are toddlers. Humans are in toddler years. So anyway, let's see the last category, arthropods. And first, we know crustaceans, a group of sea creatures like crabs. You know them, people eat them. Ugh. Lobsters, shrimp, you know that. This belonging to the group called crustaceans, and they are also invertebrates. And then comes Arachnids. A group includes spiders, tarantula, all those creepy things. So, spider is arachnids. The third group is called chilopods. I love them, chilopods. Centipede, tiger centipede. I love it. Malapuram in Tamil. Malapuram. Very, very beautiful. Very poisonous too. All things bright, they are poisonous. They are simply telling you, no, no, don't come near me. I will hurt you. I will hurt you. I will hurt you. So, chilopods, they are centipedes. Look at humans. This is what they do. They don't allow people to live in peace. And India is a poor country. What is the need of taking this MiG and fly over human habitat as if these people are going to take America, go for America again, for war? Uh, that old MiG probably is 20, 25 years old. We don't know when it's going to fall out of the sky. But such a poor country like India, there is already hunger and disease, famine. What need is there to take a airplane and go zooming in and down? What message are you sending to people? You don't allow us to live in peace. Stop spending money for army. Why don't you concentrate on some good work for the poor people? There is United Nations. They will boss over. They will look over the problem. What necessity is there to spend so many billions of dollars on army? I don't know. But anyway, we are most dangerous than chilopods, centipedes. Even the tiger centipede is milder when you compare the venom of human being. That's why we decorate. See the color. I told you. Colorful creatures are all dangerous. They are poisonous. Look at the color. Look at this. And you see other people color, no? Look at ladies. They are more colorful. In other words, they are more poisonous than humans, than men. And they decorate colorful stuff, telling I'm dangerous, I'm poisonous, and I'm poisonous. Then we have diplopods. That is another group which includes millipedes. You must have seen millipedes, thousands when rain comes. The month of July, August, September, especially October and November, you see millipedes. They crawl around, and when you touch them, they coil up around. What a wisdom! 600 million years ago, they are still existing. They are doing the same thing what they did then. They are small little babies, you should see. The mother lays eggs, and there'll be about 1,000 millipedes, and they start exodus. They go as a group. They go. It's so beautiful to watch them. They go. Some danger comes, everybody struggles and stays there, and they play dead. Other creatures, oh, he's dead, so they may not bother him anymore. And once their predator gone, and these creatures come to life, and again they start exodus. Go, and they grow up. Such a beautiful. So many legs they have. Millipedes. Pede means leg, milli means 1,000. They walk so beautifully. I don't have the ability to walk with my two legs. Sometimes I caught hold in my legs and I slip my step, especially when you climb up the steps to the first floor, second floor, and when you cross some stones, see. But millipedes do so beautifully. And also the last group is called insects. We know that we've got lots of insects, isn't it? We've got flies, and we've got mosquitoes, we've got bees, and all the pollinators, night flies. There are 750,000 insects. Yeah, largest group in the living things. There are almost 1 million species of animals, in which 75% are insects. They're the largest group. I think God loves insects more than humans. God so loved the insects that He sent His only Son, Jesus Christ, to give life to them. If at all, by by the strength of the population, by the volume of the species, if we want to argue, I think insects, they get the God's love first. There is no doubt about it. Mammalian species to which we belong, we are only 5,000 mammals. Where is 750,000? Where is 500? Anyway, invertebrates, they were the creatures who ruled the earth some 600 million years ago, and they are still ruling, and they are not disappearing. That is the power of evolution. That is the power of life itself. Anyway, as I told you, I want to recap. What are the invertebrates? 5 classification. Parazoans, the first example, sponges, no tissue. Eumetazoans, the second classification, is organisms those have tissue. And the third one was radiolarians. They have body like spoke-like center. They spread out like a cycle wheel spoke. The fourth category is accolomate, and the example is worms, flatworms. And the last one is arthropods, which includes crustaceans and arachnids, ankylopods, diplopods, and insects. So enjoy. I'm going to give another talk very soon on vertebrates. And thank you, and you have a nice day. Bye.